the hour, in a significant diplomatic moment, US President Donald Trump has welcomed Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to the White House on Thursday, a meeting that marks another chapter in warming ties between Washington and Islamabad. Sharif was greeted by senior US officials at the West Executive Avenue entrance, and at his side was Pakistan's Army Chief, Field Marshal Asim Munir, underscoring the importance of military diplomacy in the visit. Inside the Oval Office and behind closed doors, Sharif held his first ever meeting with President Trump. It also the first time a Pakistani Prime Minister has been received in his Oval Office since Imran Khan's visit in 2019. The high-level talks were believed to have focused on wide-ranging agenda, from bilateral trade to regional security and global geopolitical challenges. Ahead of the meet, Trump praised both Sharif and Munir, calling them great leaders.
In fact, we have a great leader coming. We have the Prime Minister of Pakistan coming and the Field Marshal. Pakistan Field Marshal is a very great guy, and so is the Prime Minister, both. And they're coming, and they may be in this room right now. I don't know, because we're late. And I said maybe they'd like to join. They actually may be somewhere in the beautiful Oval Office.
The meeting follows a trade deal between the United States and Pakistan and comes shortly after the leaders briefly met at the UN General Assembly in New York. Joins us now with the latest. Ishita, a big pivot towards Pakistan. It looks like American interests are in fact weighing further. This is the same country that hosted Osama bin Laden, and now it looks like it's kind of a reset that America is looking at, probably looking at the military bases and for a strategic kind of a base in Pakistan so that they can keep a watch on China and Iran.
Right, Varghese, there is clearly a pivot that's taking place with US now growing closer to Pakistan. It comes after decades. And you have only one man to blame here, President Donald Trump. And why is that? Because he acts as a businessman first and president next. So for him, everything is transactional. If you look at the history between US and Pakistan, US did view Pakistan as a crucial security partner back in the 1970s when Afghanistan was under Soviet occupation. But then you had 9/11 happening, you had Osama bin Laden being found at Abbottabad in Pakistan. So there was a gap, and US could not find it more difficult to ignore how Pakistan was sponsoring terrorism. So we witnessed a gap. And now Donald Trump is back in the White House, and we've seen him, Munir getting hosted by Washington thrice in the past few months. Shehbaz Sharif being praised as a great leader by Trump, and all that because United States President now sees Pakistan as a strategic partner. Now, why is that? What does Pakistan has to offer apart from sponsoring terrorism? Well, US's interest here are twofold. First of all, we've seen Donald Trump increasingly becoming eager to take back a Bagram air base that's in Afghanistan. And US knows that Pakistan here can play a crucial role. Why? Because we've seen ever since US wanted to exit Afghanistan and there was a deal hashed up with Taliban, Pakistan, in fact, back then in 2020 also played a crucial role in getting both the players on the same table. So I think US sees a crucial interest here in getting that Bagram air base back, and here Pakistan can play a crucial role. Now, the second interest is regarding critical minerals and rare earths. We have seen Pakistan and US signing a trade deal very recently with regards to these. And this is an industry that's dominated by China, and US wants to make foray into this. So clearly, US has a twofold interest in this, wherein it wants to make Pakistan its a vassal state to extract benefits.
Well, when we are talking about Pakistan, its geostrategic location is what seems to be, in fact, favoring it to a large extent. As you pointed out, Bagram base was not coming in, so the United States was looking much more for something from Pakistan. But in the longer run, when you talk about geopolitics, is this worthwhile for the US to actually pursue at the cost of ensuring that our India on our side is, in fact, what naturally allies with the US principles? But it looks like US is ready to, in fact, just ensure that their interests are met within the geostrategic space of Pakistan and not align with India, no matter how much to India is charging.
So, India has seen this phase before as well, where Islamabad was very close to US and India did not share that much of good relations with Washington. So, implications in India, we'll have to see how that pans out. But when we talk about long-term interest for the US, well, I don't think Donald Trump really thinks about in terms of long-term interest. For him, everything is a transaction. He sees that the short-term benefits, the moment he feels that a country or a partner can benefit him, he will take them closer. And the moment he feels even an ally is not benefiting, he will not think twice to drop them out. So Donald Trump clearly is not thinking in terms of long-term interest, because Pakistan has not, it's not like they've changed their ways. They continue to sponsor terrorism, and US has been at the receiving end of it. They seem to be forgetting their own history of 9/11, forgetting the fact that Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan. And in fact, in 2018, you had Donald Trump saying that Pakistan has given nothing but deceit and lies to Washington. So clearly, Donald Trump seems to be forgetting his own statements and his own view of Pakistan, and now seems to be cozying up to Islamabad just because, Donald Trump sees a short-term interest being fulfilled right now.